so much of life is learning how to be weird and to stand out. And when people tell you things, to often ignore what they're actually saying because they are hurting, they're conforming to what everybody expects of them. I was thinking about this as an interesting insight is why is it that nobody really wants to save money, right? If you actually look at how many people save money, the amount of savings that the average person has at the age of 65, and this goes for any country in any region, you'll be dumbfounded in how little people actually save compared to how much that they actually make. And, the issue is not about people knowing that they should save money. The issue is not about whether they make enough money, all of those particular things. The issue is standing up and learning how to say, you know what, I'm going to be weird. It's going to feel weird. It's everything that I do at this moment is not going to be what everybody is expecting of me, but I'm going to stand up and I'm going to do this anyways. And it's this weird tension where you have to let go of what everybody thinks of you so that at some point in the future that you will do better than what everybody is expecting. And so it's this idea of living weirdly today so that you can live the life that you really want, right? Dave Ramsey, who is like a financial guru, has this story where you live like nobody else so that you can live like nobody else. And it's the truth. If you were to look at many of the things that we go through, there is a tremendous amount of hurting behavior. And a lot of it has to do with us not wanting to not fit in with the norms of what is expected of us. And when you get used to that, of not fitting in, of saying, nuts to this is stupid, you will actually do a tremendous amount in your life. I was lucky enough that I had parents that stressed this. And they were remarkable parents in that they stressed it. And they lived a very, very, very frugal life. But it worked out in their favor. There's things that I wish they probably could have done differently. But at the same time, that there was some really good lessons there of learning how to not conform with what everybody else is doing, learning how to say no, learning how to say, you know what, that's not for me at this moment. And I was thinking about everything in my life is that way. If you're going to make progress, if you're going to do anything that is going to change your life, you often have to not conform. You have to say, this is not for me at this moment. At some point in the future, it can be for me, but not at this moment. And learning how to say no. And if people cannot recognize that, you distance, right? It's all about figuring out how to distance in an appropriate way so that you can live a healthy life going forward. It's figuring out how to be weird. The whole story with everything that we do is figuring out how to be weird. And now figuring out how to be weird doesn't have to be mean. It doesn't have to be nasty. It's figuring out to say, you know what? I need this. So in my arena, I know this seems really crazy, but the expectation is to work 24/7 and all the weekends, everything, and always be working. And that's the story that everybody's told. That's the norm in the academic game. And so for me, I stand up and I say weird things like, I don't work that much on the weekend, right? Like even for me to say I don't work on weekends, it's hard for me to say this. I try not to work on weekends. Let's just say that. And I spend a great deal of time and effort trying not to work on weekends. I spend a great deal of time and effort making sure that I have time with my family. And I do things where I try to save money, right? Like I know that sounds really crazy, But figuring out to save money is an unusual behavior. And despite the fact that you might see that I'm doing all this stuff and we're building a platform, that is a small amount that is going on in our family in terms of us building something. We save money, a lot of money, and we do that on purpose so that we can walk away at any given time and live the life that we really, really want. Now, at this moment, this is the life that I want. It might not be the same way in a year or two, but this is the life I want right now. And so I choose to do this. And I hope you feel and do the same thing. Once you get in that practice of, I'm going to be weird, and nobody is going to sway what I'm going to say and do, but I'm going to be weird. And getting into that practice, you don't have to be mean. You just simply have to walk away and say, that's not for me, or that guy was a jackass. But, that's where you practice that inside self, where you just say, well, we're going to keep doing the thing that we're doing, and this is working out for us. And you keep walking your walk. Because ultimately, that's all you have in life, is that confidence, that quiet confidence, where you know you're doing the right things, and you're happy, and you constantly keep working towards something. And the only way that you could do that, to create that quiet confidence, is to be weird. And people are going to walk away from you and say that you're weird. That's okay. I'm completely happy to be weird at any given moment. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.